The live-action film Dora and the Lost City of Gold looks oddly familiar. There are elements in the movie that remind us of some major blockbuster films of the past. We're going to dissect what we know so far about the Dora movie and point out where you might have seen some of these concepts before. Watch until the end for the biggest copycat moment ever.
I'm okay, Boots.
The premise. Dora has grown up since her Nick Jr. cartoon days. Now she's in high school, navigating the tricky terrain of the teenage world. According to the synopsis of the film, even though Dora has spent most of her life exploring the unpredictable jungle, nothing could prepare her for her most dangerous adventure yet: high school. The trailer shows Dora bidding farewell to her parents as they go on the biggest treasure hunt ever. Dora stays behind to face the scary high school halls, but Dora won't get far from her explorer origins. She and her cousin Diego, her monkey pal Boots, and a ragtag group of teens soon find themselves on a jungle expedition to save Dora's parents and find the Lost City of Gold. It's a story about a group of teens on a wild adventure through the jungle who must solve a mystery and save the day. This film is packed with action, suspense, unlikely friendships, and hilarious moments. Watching the trailer will definitely give you a sense of deja vu. It looks like they took the animated bilingual character from the TV show and turned her into a copy of characters we've all seen before. There are some major similarities between this live-action film and other popular action mystery adventure films. It seems like they took elements of other successful adventure films and plugged them into the new Dora movie. Let's break down which movies they copied and compare. Tomb Raider imitator. One of the more obvious comparisons is the film Tomb Raider. In fact, some are saying that Dora and the Lost City of Gold is like the teenage version of Lara Croft in Tomb Raider. The synopsis of Tomb Raider describes Lara Croft as a fiercely independent daughter of an eccentric adventurer who disappeared years earlier. Lara goes on a quest to solve the mystery of her father's disappearance. She travels to his last known destination, which is a legendary tomb on a mythical faraway land. Lara must rely on her cleverness, stubbornness, and blind faith to solve her father's disappearance. That sounds pretty similar to the plot of Dora and the Lost City of Gold. Let's do a side-by-side comparison. Both films have young, independent daughters. Check. Both are trying to rescue their parents. Check. Both go on a dangerous journey to a distant land. Check. And both Dora and Lara are quick-witted, adventurous, stubborn, and independent. Check. Check and double check. There are also some major differences between these two films. For starters, Lara Croft is not a kid's movie. It's full of terrifying encounters with machine gun-toting bad guys and a whole lot of violence. Tomb Raider is also devoid of the comedic moments that are littered throughout the Dora movie. Dora is a lot more adorable than the tough and gritty Lara Croft, and Lara doesn't have a group of high school friends to tag along with her. Also, Lara's definitely not a teenager, but you can't deny the similar themes that can easily be spotted out in both films. Dora's treasure hunt. Why does almost every jungle adventure film follow a big rescue and quest for hidden treasure? Surely there are other reasons to journey through the jungle, but the Dora live-action movie isn't the first to follow this template. Forbes magazine compared Dora and the Lost City of Gold to a kid's version of National Treasure. In the latter movie, a historian and codebreaker who goes by the name of Ben has spent his life searching for a hidden ancient treasure. He goes on an expedition with a fellow treasure hunter, and they make their way to the Arctic Circle. They follow a series of clues to locate this elusive treasure until they find what they've been looking for. They wander through hallways of a tomb with torches, fall down a shaft, and uncover secret maps. It's fast-paced and full of suspense. Dora is also wandering through some sort of ancient tomb. She's got a backpack full of essential tools needed for any expedition, and she's driven by the legend her parents shared with her about a lost treasure. We can see the similarities, but it's only fair to point out that the role of Dora is played by a young Latina actress, Isabella Moner. The main character in National Treasure is played by Nicolas Cage. It goes without saying that these two are completely opposite. National Treasure is not intended for young audiences the way the Dora movie is, and Dora is instilling the Declaration of Independence. Still, both are adventure movies where the hero goes on a quest to discover a hidden treasure. Homeschooled jungle freak. When we first see Dora in the trailer, she is running full speed, trying to jump across a large rocky pit. Her dad tells her,
"And you don't look before you leap."
Dora's jump comes up short, and she falls to the ground below. Then we follow Dora to high school, where she must adapt to the classroom after spending most of her childhood in the jungle with her parents. It's clear that she does not fit in with the rest of the students. Now, where have we seen this before? Oh, right. Mean Girls. In this classic teen movie, Katie Heron plays a girl who just moved to the civilized world after spending most of her childhood in the jungle with her parents. Like Dora, Katie struggles to fit in with the other kids. She is given the nickname homeschooled jungle freak and has a hard time making friends at first. She talks about how typical teenage disputes would be handled in the jungle. These little fantasy sequences show kids climbing and crawling over the lunch tables, but Katie must let go of her jungle ways if she wants to make it in girl world. Dora is a similarly clueless new student who must figure out how to socialize in her new environment. Both Katie and Dora have a run-in with a big yellow school bus, and they both understand that on Wednesdays, we wear pink. Dora for sure has some Katie Heron vibes in her film. Mystery-solving teenagers. When you think of mystery-solving teens who started out as cartoon characters, you can't forget the OG crew from the iconic TV show Scooby-Doo. Kids followed Fred, Velma, Daphne, Shaggy, and Scooby every Saturday morning as they rolled around in their mystery machine and followed clues to find out who was behind the haunting of an amusement park. Spoiler, it was always a wealthy character who says the same line.
And it would have been mine if it hadn't been for those meddling kids.
Like Dora and her friends, the Scooby Squad always found themselves to be smarter than the adults who were trying to trick them. And both crews have an animal sidekick. There's Dora's friend Boots, and of course the lovable but easily scared dog Scooby-Doo. Just like Dora, a live-action version of the classic Scooby-Doo cartoon was made. Scooby and Boots are both CGI animals who interact with their human counterparts. And like Dora, the Scooby crew must travel to an island jungle to solve a mystery. They are teamed up with an easily panicked friend. In the Scooby film, the skittish character is Scooby's best friend, Shaggy. In Dora's movie, it's their clumsy guide who helps find her parents. Both films have their share of funny moments. Dora's movie mirrors the bright colors, goofy moments, and wacky adventures of Scooby-Doo. And they're even wearing the same outfit as they did all those years ago in the cartoons. You'd think that Dora would have updated her wardrobe by the time she got to high school. Jumanji. Let's see if you can tell which movie we are talking about, Dora or Jumanji. From this synopsis, a group of high school kids are drawn to an adventure in the jungle. They must survive the harsh realities of the jungle and go on the most dangerous adventure of their lives. They must work together to discover something that has been a mystery for many years. If they don't overcome their flaws and exceed in their quest, they might be stuck in the jungle forever. Tricky, right? That's actually the synopsis for Jumanji, but it sounds a lot like Dora and the Lost City of Gold, doesn't it? The truth is, Dora probably borrowed a bit from Jumanji, which borrowed from the original Jumanji film from the 90s, which borrowed from every other childhood adventure story before that. There are some obvious differences between the two films. The kids in Jumanji get trapped in the jungle as their avatars after hitting start on a video game. In the original film, it was a board game. Dora and her friends are also taken to the jungle against their will, but not through a video game. They are kidnapped by some bad guys and sent there in a crate. The kids in Jumanji become different characters with different bodies, while Dora and her friends remain themselves the whole time. We're starting to wonder if all adventure movies follow the same concept and storyline. Curious Boots. Who is the first character that comes to mind when you think of a monkey who comes from the jungle and is best friends with a human? If you said Curious George, you're not alone. When we saw Bootless Boots in the Dora trailer, we couldn't help but think of the little sweet monkey who gets into mischief and loves the man with the yellow hat. Boots is a little sweet monkey who loves the girl with the pink t-shirt and a purple backpack. Let's face it, seeing Boots with his toes all hanging out and grabbing onto tree branches has many fans shook. However, it's not the first time fans have put Boots the monkey and Curious George together. There's even a Reddit thread that asks who would win, Boots or George. But given that the voice of Boots will be played by Danny Trejo, it's safe to say that Boots would be the clear victor in any monkey showdown with George. And Dora would definitely take down the man with the yellow hat, even if she had one hand tied behind her back. When Boots was an animated cartoon, he had a similarly high-pitched voice, the same as George, but George doesn't really talk. Thankfully, he has a narrator that helps express his wants and needs. It's a hard right turn to imagine the voice of Boots being played by a gruff, deep, gritty-voiced dude who is known for his role in the film Machete. Then again, Dora is wielding a knife now, so anything is possible. Indiana Dora. And now here comes the biggest copycat moment ever. Many fans and movie critics are calling the live-action Dora movie a teenage girl version of Indiana Jones. Even the movie posters have a similar look. It seems the makers of Dora and the Lost City took many pages from the Indiana Jones playbook, but they made the intrepid explorer into a teenage girl, rather than a gruff archaeologist with a fear of snakes. Dora's got many things that Indiana has. She's clever, always ready with a witty comeback, and she's brave and adventurous. And she doesn't shy away from an impossible quest. All that's missing is the hat and the whip. We're not even mad at the fact that they copied Indiana Jones. The truth is, the world needs to see that girls can also go on great adventures, lead the expedition, and save the day. We just hope Dora doesn't wind up in a pit of snakes. Dora and the Lost City of Gold promises to bring excitement, danger, hilarious moments, and a cute bootless monkey with a mean voice to a small screen. Whether or not this film will live up to the Indiana Jones hype remains to be seen, but it's always fun to follow our favorite characters on an adventure. Are there any movies the new Dora flick copied that we missed? Let us know in the comments, and tell us what you think of the new live-action Boots character. Give this video a big thumbs up if you think Boots is the cutest. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to The Things for the latest Nickelodeon news. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.